If you were this guy, you need to take advantage of all your uncle's knowledge, absorb it. You basically have the best film room possible.
Yeah.
And your uncles.
Well put. Yes.
Let's go ahead and get over to Arch Manning real quick. If you don't know, this is the son of one of the Manning brothers that wasn't a pro in the NFL.
Well put.
Yep. So basically, this kid is the next best thing since sliced bread, and he's showing out in high school. I think he threw for like an 8-touchdown game or something like that. I'll have to go look at the stats again, but there's a hot commodity in this guy. Obviously being the kid that is the nephew of the Mannings, right? So Here we go. He's had a couple visits so far. Last week he visited with Georgia. Everybody saw the pictures as you see down there on the bottom left. Go ahead, getting decked out with all his Georgia gear. He was probably getting the best treatment. He was probably getting first class treatment from Georgia. Alabama, we already know what they're about. And then you have Texas. Coach, this is in your wheelhouse with Texas, man. Do you hope this kid comes? Because you guys got another kid out there that transferred from Ohio State that's ready to turn out. That this guy's is like for lack of the better words, like, the next coming of who. So, but yeah, man, you're going to have to hold this kid up to high regards. And he's showing it, man. If you were this guy, you need to take advantage of all your uncle's knowledge, absorb it. You basically have the best film room possible.
Yeah. Well put. Yes.
So, Coach, how do you feel about it? Because Texas is one of your teams. Where do you think he goes?
It's a good start. I hope he comes to Texans, but as long as Steve Sarkisian there, I will hope he go to. I think he would. I think Georgia would be a good fit for him as well. I think Georgia and Alabama will be a very good fit for him. Either one of those, man. Bryce Young is really leaving. He can pick up the reins in Alabama, compete for national championships. The way that defense is, it gives them a capable quarterback that can come in there, handle that offense. So Alabama would be a perfect fit for them, but I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say Georgia. They also got a very good defense, and Coach Kirby Smart is a very good coach, and they have, by them having a running game committee as well, allowing them to get the running game going in Georgia, and it's going to really open up things for this guy that can sling it, play action, and getting his arm going too. So I think Georgia will be a nice fit for him. So I'm going to say he goes to Georgia. That running game is going to be solid. That offensive line is going to be good, and he won't have to do so much with that arm that he got being over there with Georgia. Also, it's the same way with Alabama, but I'm going to choose Kirby Smart in Georgia as he signs with them. It'll be shocked if he signs with Texas, with my Longhorns. I mean, like I say, I'll be happy, but then again, I still got Steve Sarkisian now, who I don't really even like.
Right, exactly. Don, what's your thoughts on this, man?
Coach was all over that as far as how good Alabama and Georgia would be for good fits, but the dog and pony show here, we're going to have more visits to other schools, and I don't think he's going to hit one of the high profile teams. He's going to hit a decent team, but I don't think he's going to pick one of the overwhelming favorites just to prove a point that he can play.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you, and that's a great segue to what I was going to say. So here's the thing that I don't think people are thinking about right away. I don't think he's going to Alabama. I don't think he's going to Georgia. Why? Because of their recent successes. Yep. Another thing is, your uncle went to Tennessee and made a name for himself.
Yep.
Your other uncle went to Ole Miss with your grandpa, both Ole Miss alums. So this is one of those things where you don't want to live in your uncle's shadows. You don't want to live in your grandfather's shadows. So what do? You're going to go to a school like Texas. You know why? Because of the history that's behind them, the lack of success that they've had the last couple of years. And one thing that you can do that can turn everything on their heads and play in the same conference as your uncles did and make your own name for yourself is play for Texas. Why? Because the SEC will now be combining with Oklahoma and Texas while he would be in school. Putting a spin on that whole thing and putting a cap on that and putting a bow on that would be Pretty awesome if he went to Texas, and I honestly would enjoy seeing him play for the Texas Longhorns, and not only bring in I don't think you're going to see, honestly, Coach, I'm sorry I'm saying this, but I don't think you're going to see a resurgence in Texas quite yet until they get really serious about the recruits that they're bringing in. Bijan Robinson's not going to be, he's just going to be another great back that is going to get drafted, and it's not going to be known for Texas doing anything, but even with what's his name, Ewers, what's his first name? I always
what he play?
He plays quarterback. He the one that transferred from Ohio State. But Ewers, I know his last name's Ewers, the kid with the mullet.
Yeah, you got we waste a whole bunch of talent, man. Like I say, I tell everybody, you ain't gotta apologize.
This is what happened. This is what happened.
Another reason why I don't like. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we don't have to get off on a tangent on this one, but I said this last year, and everybody thought I was crazy. Oh, Ewers is going to be their quarterback. CJ Stroud is just going to be the fill-in guy.
Yes.
Quinn Ewers, there you go. Quinn Ewers. I said CJ Stroud is that team's quarterback.
Right.
I'm sorry, it just is what it is. Now he's going to force that dude to transfer out after he ends the year perfectly. What did he do? Ended the year the best way he could, and now that dude's going to win the Heisman Trophy, and Quinn Ewers is going to be absolute crap because the dude's got his head blown up already and think there's going to be success. I'm sorry to say that about a kid that's in college, but I could just already see the writing on the wall. We've seen it way too many times.
We have seen it a good time.
And he is one of the first kids that came out of high school early and got the bag really, really early. So Texas, I hope this kid is everything that you say he is. But if you were so good, why couldn't you beat out CJ Stroud? That's my question.
I mean, I want to bring up obviously another problem. Why I say Steve Sarkisian is the problem. Not only that the offense struggled in second half of games when we were up against Iowa State. We were up against Oklahoma State in the second half. Mm-hmm. We were up against Oklahoma, and the offense stalled. You had Hudson Card that looked like that shouldn't even been on the field after the Arkansas game, that looked like a deer in a headlight out there. But the problem is the players have a problem with Steve Sarkisian. We got a 5-star recruit they transfer from Alabama. He's already out. He's already out of Texas already. He's already out. So we got people that's transferring. We got people that's on the way out. That tells you something about the coaching right there. And that tells you something about Steve Sarkisian. Something is going on. And then we had one of our best receivers last year. I think Joshua Moore. I think I don't know if he's still with us or not, but he had problems with Steve Sarkisian. Now we wasting Bijan Robinson's career. As good of a running back he is, man, he's going to be a top running back in the draft next year. And Xavier Worthy, that dude is really, really good.
Xavier Worthy, I was going to say,
he's
a superstar of that team.
That dude is going to waste these guys' career at Texas, man. So I just don't like Steve Sarkisian as a coach. It tells a lot about him why these recruits and 5-star guys transferring and all of a sudden leaving. All of a sudden, he just doesn't have a great relationship with the players. He just doesn't know how to motivate the players. As far as when I'm reading and when I'm seeing why players are leaving and transferring.
Man, money is the motivation too, man. Money is a big motivator for some players, and now you got to play that game. I'm sorry, Steve Sarkisian, but you have to play that game. I'm sorry to say, a lot of the coaches have to do that, and that the prestige of the school is not going to work anymore, which is sad to say. And all of us have our thoughts on the NIL, and it's not positive.